I think it's structuring the initiatives and getting more transparency what Europe is good at, reinforcing that, and trying to assess and maybe in scope the blind spots that are complementary. I don't believe that semiconductor will be, self-sustained. One country or even one region will not, at least as long as I'm living, I will not foresee a way that how one single country or single territory can be self-sufficient in producing semiconductor. But I do believe more into alliances, into building more trade-in solutions. So Europe has to build really a transparency and know what's the value add that we need and the blind spot that we need to complement to be able more efficient in the investment. The funds, of course, 40-50 billion is a drop in the pocket when you talk about really investment in semi, but it can help actually building the resilient ecosystem if we do it smartly and build alliances, because we will need Asia, we will need US. I don't think we can be independent in a mid-term horizon.
And well, just to be provocative, if you think at what's happening in Europe at the moment, and the German government will support Intel Fab with 9 billion euro of subsidies, it's a nonsense. Because it's helping one company, which is a US company, that is defining its process, the way they will manufacture from US, and they are implementing in Europe, the US suppliers coming with them in order to, build the fab in Europe. But it's not supporting the European ecosystem. If you're using this 9 billion to support the ecosystem at the device maker, the equipment maker, the suppliers of all this industry, the impact will be huge in Europe. And it will be really focused on European ecosystem. And this is something I think we have to change in the mindset of the different governments and European Commission, is that, don't focus on the things that are really visible. Focus on what is hidden below that. And what is hidden below that, it's thousands of companies that are supporting this industry worldwide and that could leverage the money they can get through subsidies in a much better way compared to big fab of Intel in Europe. My opinion. But it's really important to think this industry as an ecosystem, not as few big players you need to have in your country.
And it will straighten the power of negotiation ultimately, because it will be a trade-in war at the end of the day. We see it with the EUV, but we need to build champions that are able to compete on the global scene, and Europe should have a power of trade-in technology against technology. Once again, one territory cannot be self-sustained. It's interdependent ecosystem.
And Nicolas, recommendation?
Yeah, well, it was a trend, some years ago to be a fabless company or thing like that, and delegate, all the production elsewhere. Well, there is still some steps, inside the process, especially the packaging side, which is really Asia dependent. So now, really, the analysis of the global supply chain is really absolutely needed. There is tons of players inside which are known, unknown, and producing more or less for all that. I think if we have this energy efficiency in mind, we can really cope with all the environmental issue, and one day or another this will be a criteria of choice for system integrators, like my company is. I strongly believe in it, and I think that with this really virtuous circle, we'll be able, certainly to raise a new era for silicon manufacturer, for the vision of ICT, which can be developed really at a European level.